Right, Sophie. So we were doing the Can't Help Falling in Love with You and the other one, which was Let It Be. Okay, so we'll talk about Let It Be first. So the chords in that mostly are pretty simple, right? So you've got your kind of standard ukulele chords: C, G, A minor, F, and all that. So that's the intro. There's the first four, the intro. Then you've got C, G, then F. So on the F, a little bit of melody within that, right? So we went through that. We're going F, take off the first finger like an A minor, then throw in the third finger, second fret on the second string down, and then the C with your little finger because that's all you'll have left to play it with. So bum 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 bum. Okay, so yeah, so in the notes that's where it's written down as F, E minor, D minor, C. So instead of going, kind of jumping around with all those chords, it's much easier and probably better as well, just kind of closer to what he actually does on the piano. Bum 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 bum. Okay, so now so that little bit comes up at the end of the intro progression and at the start of the outro progression. Again, it's all in the notes, so you'll know what I'm talking about. So so at the intro or the outro progression, we're doing that exact same thing again with the F, bum 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 bum. But from there, we're going to the B flat, G, F, and C. And that's in the middle of the song as well. I can't remember. It's after I think the second chorus. I'm not 100% sure, but as I said, it's in the notes anyway. So so again, that's you're starting off with a little F rundown. Bum 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 bum. Okay. So the rhythm of that is important. Okay. So it's da da ba 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 ba. So that's pretty much the only thing that's likely to be a bit tricky in that one. Um, so moving on then to Can't Help Falling in Love. So a lot more tricky chords in that one, obviously, but most of them aren't any problem to you. So things to watch out for are the timing, of course, right? So as I said, it's in 3/4, so just three count in your head all the time, which I know is difficult because you'd be used to. It's a bit brighter. You'd be used to four. Most of the music we listen to is in 4/4. So even when you're practicing on your own as well, it's a good idea to give yourself a little count in. Just think into your head: one, two, three, two, two, three, in, like that, because it just kind of establishes exactly how quick you're going to be playing it, and kind of before you actually start playing it, right? So it's a good idea to kind of keep it regular. Now, so for the chorus, then, like a river flows. So we know, so these ones are no problem. But remember, for the vast majority of the song, um, the the very start of each word correspond well, not each word, but every chord changes on the start of a word for the vast majority of it, with the exception of some things are meant to be. So just for that little bit, you kind of want to go back to your kind of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, because they all come in threes, right? So we've got like a river flows to the sea, darling, so it goes. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now at that point there, if you want, now if you and you can do this, at the drop of a hat if you're playing on your own, because it doesn't matter. You can just put a little pause there, just to give yourself a break, and so put a bit of ebb and flow into the song, so you're not just kind of chugging along through it. So some things are meant to be. Take my hand, and so on. So you could throw that in there if you want. Now, obviously, if you're playing it with someone, that would have to be you're either doing that or you're not doing it. But since if you're going to be doing it on your own, it's kind of it's up to you. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just back and forward on the chords the whole time, and really focus on that three count. And remember, wherever you can, don't forget about the singing. I know sometimes you got a little bit of this stuff to kind of iron out before you have the headspace to do it. But any point in this where you're not thinking too much about it, it's kind of flowing naturally enough, then throw in the singing. All right, I'll see you next time.